Hello everybody, welcome to our first recording for the Joburg PvP, currently the Rose Cup. This is going to be one of our first videos, so excuse the formatting, excuse the banner on top. I'm still trying to figure things out. That banner is actually there because on my recordings for my matches, I had some messages come in and I would like to keep those private. I'm sure you guys can appreciate that. So to start off, my team is on the left, the opponent team is on the right. I'm playing against a player called Switch, quite experienced as well, certainly much more experienced than I am, and I am always appreciative of new experiences I can get. So let's get right into it. So starting with the match, I'm leading with Scrafty. It is a fighting and dark type, but because counter builds up the dark pulse or foul play very, very quickly, it's actually a great matchup versus the Alolan Marowak. You can see you switch out very quickly to the counter here, which is Wigglytuff. I was fortunate enough that I won the lead, so I was able to trap him and quickly get rid of that Wigglytuff, which will come back to haunt him a bit later. Now, I can happily sit now and let this Alolan Marowak try and farm my Probopass down. The Probopass will do a lot of damage to it at the moment because he wants to keep his shield, or actually he shielded it, which is surprising. I would have actually kept that shield for my last Pokemon. Anyway, so Scrafty is going to come in and make quick work of the Alolan Marowak, and that should do it. Well, he's going to... Okay, so he spent the shield, which is not really what I would have advised. When you're in a losing matchup, in my mind at least, you want to keep the shield around to cover your next Pokemon. This way you can actually do more damage. So now he's in a situation where his last Pokemon has to go up against an Alolan Marowak, which actually has typing advantage to a degree in terms of the spammy ground move. And also I have shield advantage versus him. So that's the first round. That's pretty much in the bag, basically. And that's GG. Moving swiftly to the second round, I remember I decided to go with Wigglytuff lead. Oh no, was it Wigglytuff? Yes. This is actually a bad matchup. So Alolan Marowak surprisingly will do a lot of damage with the Bone Club move, and they can actually farm a Wigglytuff down. So you can see he's decided to stay in. He wants to get rid of Wigglytuff, which makes me guess that he's got a fighting type in the back there. But I also want to get rid of this Alolan Marowak because it's actually quite dangerous to leave it around to be a threat to my Probopass. So now he's going to bring in his fighting type as expected, which will make me switch out to my Charizard, which is a threat. Charizard versus Wigglytuff is actually a winning matchup if you can hit the Blast Burn, which I managed to. I was surprised I actually managed to hit it, but I guess he wants to keep the shield advantage. And this is where I actually make my mistake. I should have actually farmed up a little bit more and went for a second Blast Burn. Because now I've spent my last shield. I didn't get rid of this Medicham, which is going to come back and cost me my match. So I should have actually identified that threat as a potential issue, or actually switched out over here and let the Medicham spend its energy on my Probopass, and then let Charizard come back and finish it off. But lesson learned. Next match. I started off with my, what is this thing called now? Ground bat flying thing. Anyways, this is actually a winning matchup versus Sableye, but Gliscor is highly dependent on baiting. So you have to be able to bait the Night Slash, which I did, and now I can keep on the pressure and actually go for the Earthquake. I will survive this move from him, but I know that if I now hit my Earthquake, I will win, and I'm likely to because I've already baited out that shield. So the second Pokemon that comes in, it doesn't quite matter. It's going to get rid of my Gliscor. Now I have a willing matchup with my Marowak. and I should be able to farm him down. He swaps out, which doesn't matter because this is still a super effective move. And then Scrafty comes in and cleans up his Probopass. And on top of that, I get a setup with a increasing my attack. And this should be game from this point on. I'm letting the attack go through because I know my Marowak should be able to get rid of it, and yeah, Wigglytuff just takes so long to charge up. Anyways, thank you very much for the game. That'll be the first match for the Rose Cup.